Balitsos, and we have very big news update right now. We're just getting this in that there's new missiles that are about to intercept or heading large projectiles heading towards the country of Israel at the moment right now. We are going to have a team of reporters. We have my chief foreign correspondent, my chief White House correspondent, and everybody else that will be joining us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, as I go through right now, we are going to talk about what has happened in the last 72 hours, actually, you could say. So we are at day 2 of this pretty much war against the country of Iran.
Oh, there's a video.
Um, So we do have confirmation right now. If you're just joining us, I am Cooper Bolitis, and right just joining us, my name is Cooper Bolitis, and we are here right now. We have special coverage all across the Middle East and everywhere else right now. So right now, the U.S. Embassy apparently right now, hello, Jalasia, apparently the U.S. Embassy right now in Saudi Arabia, one of the biggest countries in the world, is on fire. If you're just joining us, there's multiple strikes on U.S. bases at the moment right now. There's large projectiles. What I mean by missiles, drones, many other projectiles in the air, some as the size of 2 school buses, some as the size of a semi truck, that are raining down on not just Israel as we get the moment in, but we also have large projectiles raining down on multiple U.S. bases at the moment right now. So as we take a look, we are going to pan up to that screen in just a few moments. We're going to get my correspondents in here. My analyst is about to walk in, and we have a long, pretty much primetime coverage of America at war right now here in America. Thanks, Kellen. But as we know right now, um, so as we know right now, there's multiple projectiles. The U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia. What I mean by embassy, an embassy is pretty much every country in the world has a embassy in Washington D.C. If you're just joining us, like, subscribe, share it, ladies and gentlemen. America at war. The U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia has been attacked this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to pan up to that screen in just a minute, but as I speak right now, there's large projectiles that I mean. If you're just joining us, I am Cooper Bolitis. I have 30 people now watching me. Like, share, subscribe right now, ladies and gentlemen. As we talk, there's projectiles raining down right now in multiple countries, Kuwait, Israel, and multiple other places around the world, that is raining down right now from Iran and Hezbollah. Right now, as we get confirmation, the U.S. Embassy in, I believe, we believe Saudi Arabia, well, we do have confirmation about that, in Saudi Arabia, has been hit significantly hard with a multiple big fire at that embassy right now. So we do have that right now. We do have that a U.S. military base in Kuwait is under attack right now. If you're just joining us, America at War special coverage, primetime coverage here on my channel. So as we know right now, there's multiple reports right now of missiles that are being I just dropped down to 7. But right now, as we know, there's multiple projectiles that is hitting, we believe, Israel at the moment right now, and we do believe that right now there's more missiles that are heading towards Saudi Arabia. We do not know what is going to be I believe coming into Saudi Arabia at the moment. We know that U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia during this war of Iran has been hit significantly hard. So we do have that, and we do have that more confirmation is showing that more missiles are heading towards Israel at the moment right now. So we do have that right now, and we have many other places around the world that are being hit also by these missiles. Oh, well, I'll drop down to 2. So, but if you are watching me, this is prime time coverage right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we know that there's a very massive operation right now in Iran and all around the Middle Eastern countries right now as we are talking. So we do have this, that Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, has laid out objectives for this war to kill the ballistic missile systems and other places like that. So we do know that last night, out as I was live, there was a multiple big attack that was happening in Israel and also in Lebanon. So we do have that right now. And we do know during this war, there has been multiple U.S. casualties. Around 6 U.S. personnel have been killed. Around 1,500 military personnel has been killed in Israel, in Iran, and we know in Kuwait there's been 2 naval servicemen in Kuwait that have been killed, and multiple people also killed, and not just those countries, but in Lebanon, 52 killed. We know that in Kuwait, 3 people killed, 2 people killed in Bahrain, and we know that these are large projectiles that are not just slamming into military bases all across the region, but right now these are large projectiles that are hitting residential areas like hotels, apartment buildings, high rises, for example, hotels. We've seen video of that. So we do have that right now, and we do know that right now Israel has confirmed we I won't confirm it, but Israel has confirmed that the new supreme leader of Iran has been killed from these strikes. We are not going to confirm that yet, but right now, as America is at war right now, there's multiple projectiles that is raining through countries right now all across America. Not America, but the Middle East right now. So as we get that, we know that the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia has been hit very, very hard by 2, I believe, Iranian drones that have hit that target, hit that embassy for sure. So we is going to happen in the next couple days. President Trump has said that, and Marco Rubio has said that the worst to come for Iran is coming soon. So we do not know by if that will be in the next hour, if that will be in the next minutes, or will that be in the next days or weeks to come. But we do know that right now, as we are talking, there's multiple missiles, drones, projectiles flying through the air all around the Middle East right now. So we do have that. We know that Israel has bombed the Iranian state television studio in Tehran, and we do know that we have that right now, and we have multiple other videos that are showing that the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia has been hit very insignificantly hard right now. So we can confirm that right now. We can confirm also a lot more stuff that is happening all throughout the air right now throughout the Middle East. We know that in Cyprus there was multiple projectiles that was hit at a UK military base and many others. Hello, Reagan. That was hit all across Cyprus. There has been multiple casualties from this war. Like I have said earlier, 6 U.S. service members have been killed in this war. And we know that there's been other service members that have been killed, not just from the U.S., but from other countries as we speak right now. We know that in Kuwait, over 2 service members have been killed in that army. And we know that right now it is going to be a very, 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 very long night as we talk right now. But what we can confirm that right now the Strait of Hormuz, the world's biggest oil place where ships come out every day, has been shut down. We also know that in Tehran there's been more bombings tonight in that country, and it's around a.m. in Iran. So we know that right now going to pan up to the screen in just a minute as my people come on. If you're just joining us, America at War special coverage, prime time all across the nation here right now. But we know that there's been 6 U.S. service members in the Middle East, High Eastern, that has been killed. So we do know that right now. We know that there's been planes that have been owned by the U.S. military that have been shot out of the sky, and we do have that right now. So as I say it right now, Saudi Arabia is going, as we know right now. There is that. So as we are getting this in right now, there's been countless reports of multiple high rises in Dubai that has been hit by these missiles and drones. So we can confirm that right now, and we can also confirm that there's Iran has claims that it has attacked U.S. forces very significantly hard in the country of the UAE. So we have that right now. We have that right now as that is coming on. If you're just joining us, like, subscribe, and share. But I am Cooper Balitsos. This is the special live coverage prime time on my channel of America at War. So right now, as we can confirm that there is multiple projectiles flying through the air, not just in Israel, as we confirm right now, but also in Lebanon. Just minutes ago, there was a there was countermeasures reported that they were firing throughout the skies of Lebanon. So just a few hours ago, probably actually an hour ago, there was multiple missile strikes from Israel, we believe, that hit Lebanon, Beirut, the capital of Lebanon. And we just got this new confirmed report out of the U.S. State Department that there is that anybody probably around millions of Americans who are living or who are visiting right now in the Middle East. That includes these countries that include right now Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, Syria, Jordan, Israel, West Bank, and many other countries, Iran and Yemen. These people the Americans, civilians who are in these countries, need to contact their nearest embassy right now. We know that the embassy in Saudi Arabia has been hit very hard from these attacks right now. So we do have that, as we can confirm that right now. But as we can say that Iran, America at war with the country of Iran, and we can confirm that right now. So we know that there's been multiple U.S. embassies all across the Middle East that have been hit. In Baghdad, there's been fires at the U.S. embassy there. We know in Kuwait, there's been a potentially in the perimeter in the U.S. embassy that in Kuwait has been hit. We know that in Jordan, um, there has been the embassy in there has been evacuated, and we know that many other embassies are evacuating non-U.S. personnel that are in their non-emergency U.S. personnel. So we do have that right now in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. The U.S. embassy there has been hit right now. But let's talk about what happened just 72 hours ago. So around 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States, around 6 to 7 a.m. in pretty much Middle Eastern time and Iranian time, the U.S., along with Israel, struck the country of Iran very significantly hard from these attacks. We believe that missiles, thousands of missiles, hundreds and thousands of missiles from Israel and the U.S. hit not just military targets, but schools, civilian targets. We know that a school in southern Iran was hit, and there was almost around 200 school children. The death toll is still rising. 200 school children have been killed in those airstrikes, we believe, from the U.S. or Israel. We also can confirm that right now, that there's been over thousands of military targets. The Ayatollah, the leader of Iran since 1989, has been killed, and we know that right now there's more military and people of Iran military, civilians or military personnel in Iran that have also been killed. We know that the um, the former president of Iran, so we just got this in that U.S. authorities urge Americans in several cities in Saudi Arabia to shelter in place and avoid the country's embassy right now after this facility was struck very hard. What we know is right now. So we do know that that is right now that there's damage right now to the Saudi Arabia embassy in the country of the not United, but Saudi Arabia right now. But what I was saying earlier, there has been hundreds of airstrikes on military targets and U.S. personnel, not just in one country but several countries. We know that in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, there was hotels that have been hit. We know that parts of major tourist attractions have been hit. In Bahrain, we know that there's been civilians that have been killed. There was apartment buildings that were hit, and we know that a hotel and the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet was hit there. In Qatar, there has been multiple places there in Qatar that has been hit, and then in Saudi Arabia, like I just said, the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia has been hit also. We also can confirm that in Lebanon and Cyprus, there has been missiles that have intercepted in both of those countries. In Cyprus, UK military base was hit significantly hard. No injuries to that right now. In Iraq, there's been multiple military bases that have been hit or possibly destroyed in Iraq and in Kuwait right now. As we're getting reports, there is large fire, missile fire, and drone attacks that is happening in Kuwait right now. So as we know, yesterday there was around 200 strikes, 200 ballistic missiles or drones that was sent from Iran. Um, that was sent from Iran, and what happened? Pretty much 85% of those ballistic projectiles was was shot out of the sky and were intercepted by other projectiles that were sent up in the air from Israel. If you're just joining us, like, subscribe, share right now. But as today unfolded in Israel, there was only 60 strikes on Israel today. So we see a very small number of ballistic missile strikes that are coming towards Iran. These are smaller because many of these ballistic missiles are have been destroyed. These systems in Iran, and we also can confirm that Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State of the United States, has said that in the next couple days, in the next few days, or how many days, there is going to be a significant strike, a very significant strike. Not the one we saw just 72 hours ago, but a bigger one than before that I believe they're planning on, and maybe other countries will join. But we know that right now Israel is keep on bombarding the country of Iran and Tehran. We know that hospitals have been hit. We know probably over 1,000 civilians, and just this is just day 3 right now. Um, so right now we can just confirm that there's been civilians that have been killed, over 1,000, probably over 2,000 military personnel have been killed, over 50 top generals and administration officials in Iran have been killed too. So we do confirm that right now. We also can say that the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia has been hit very significantly hard. So we do have that right now, and we know that there's more missiles that will be probably be intercepted if any more missiles are sent from Iran. So we have that right now. Okay, so Trump has just, this is reports from News Nation, that Trump has just said in the retaliation from the U.S. Embassy that has been hit in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, they will soon find out. So the response. So we know that right now, probably potentially right now, the U.S. is probably going to strike significantly hard, not like I just said earlier, but significantly hard just for this attack on the U.S. Embassy in Iran. So we do have that right now. We know that oil tankers and teams of oil tankers have been killed. We know that we know that people on oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz and the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf have been hit and killed. We also confirmed that there's many, probably tens and tens of big naval ships from the Iranian Navy, a small navy, that have been hit and destroyed and are sinking to the bottom of the Persian Gulf as we speak right now. So we can confirm that, and I don't believe we have anything else, but if I can check, I believe I will see if there's anything else, if there is right now. So we do have that right now, and we do have in Doha. Right now, there has been U.S. forces, we believe, from Iranian state have been attacked from these strikes right now. So we do have that, and we do have multiple other sources saying that right now the U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia has been hit. So the U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia, hi James, has been hit very hard. So in Saudi Arabia, the U.S. embassy, if you're just joining us, has been hit very significantly hard from these, and we're actually, I believe, we're about to show a picture of this embassy in Saudi Arabia that has been hit. So we can confirm that by two drones, um, there was a massive attack in Saudi Arabia at the U.S. embassy. So that is a very big deal. This is probably, we believe, the first U.S. embassy in the area in the Middle East that has really been significantly directed hit. So we can confirm that right now. And we do also say embassy. We also can confirm that right now there is a potentially very very many rockets and drones heading towards the country of the UAE, United Arab Emirates, Dubai. If you do not know what that means, Dubai, world famous, that country is probably going to be attacked by rockets in just a few minutes. So we can confirm that right now, and I'm trying to get a live picture from the U.S. From the Saudi Arabia of the U.S. embassy being attacked. So if you're just joining us, like, subscribe, share. I am Cooper Balitsos. We are going through what has happened today and what is going to happen in the next few days, and what is happening right now as the war with Iran, with Israel, and the U.S. has um, potentially really just started to get more extreme. So we can say that, and we do know that just a few moments ago there was one person injured by fallen debris of missiles in Tel Aviv right now. So we have that, and we know that there's more airports all across. I believe if I in Cyprus that have been hit. So we do have that, and we do know that in Doha, Beirut, there's multiple um, retaliation and drone attacks and missile attacks. One from Iran and then the other from Israel. So as we can confirm that right now, there is that right now. So another thing that President Trump has said, that the U.S. military is going to strike a very significant strike on the country of Iran in the next few days. We know that this war could potentially last for as long as maybe 4 weeks to 5 weeks. But we do know that right now, this war is going to potentially last for a few bit for 5 weeks, and we do know that the U.S. military is going to strike significantly hard on Iran in just a few days or weeks to come, what President Trump and Marco Rubio have said. So we can confirm that, but we do know that right now, Lebanon, Cyprus, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the UAE have been hit by these missiles from Iran and Hezbollah. We also can say that right now, the UAE is asking a very, really, how would I say, a very plea to the United States military to get more interceptors for their country. They have ran out, so probably around 300 missiles have been launched towards the UAE. Now, if you say that right now, um, if you say that right now, that happened in the United States, that's a very significant a lot, and that's a significant a lot. If those went through to the ground, you'd probably be looking at a war zone right now in the UAE from Iran. But in just a matter of hours or days, UAE is going to run out interceptors to launch at those missiles that are coming in from Iran. And if that happens, Iran can strike the UAE significantly hard without being intercepted in the air. So we do know that right now the US is sending more refueling aircraft and fighter jets to the Middle East right now. So we can confirm that right now. But for right now, I am about to end this live stream right now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Um, we actually can confirm that right now there's more explosions that is happening in the capital of Saudi Arabia as the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia was hit significantly hard just moments and probably hours ago from these strikes from Iran. They were hit by we believe, two Iranian drones at that moment. So we can confirm that right now. Um, so that is what we can confirm right now, ladies and gentlemen. If I do come back on the air, it'll be significantly important. But I believe that is all we have tonight. And that if I do come back on the air, it'll be significantly major important from this. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. If you're just joining, I am about to end my live stream, but subscribe, like, share here on my channel. Let me get to 250 by tonight. I'm at I believe, 249, 249, I believe. So if that is that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Cooper Bulls. So subscribe, like, share. Have a wonderful